In the halls of Western intelligence, a sense of urgency is growing louder with each passing day. China is no longer just a subject of analysis, it's a focal point, a nation whose ambitions are reshaping global priorities. For years, China's economic rise dominated headlines, as its cities soared and its markets boomed, transforming the global economy. But now, the world is watching a different transformation, one that's unfolding on parade grounds, in shipyards, and across high-tech laboratories. China is rapidly building one of the world's most advanced militaries, not just in numbers, but in next-generation technology, from hypersonic missiles to artificial intelligence-driven warfare. The People's Liberation Army is closing the tech gap with the US, challenging the old balance of power, and forcing a strategic rethink in capitals around the world. In 2025, the US intelligence community named China its top competitor in military, economic, and technological domains, a recognition of how far the nation has come. This isn't just about new weapons, it's about a nation ready to project power far beyond its borders, especially over Taiwan, where tensions simmer, and the world holds its breath. The question is no longer if China will become a military superpower, but how it will use that power, and what it means for the rest of the world. These developments aren't science fiction, they're happening now, reshaping the future of conflict, alliances, and the very nature of global politics. Understanding China's military rise is essential for grasping the challenges and uncertainties of the 21st century as nations scramble to adapt. The world is witnessing a profound shift in power, driven by technology, ambition, and a vision for the future that is both bold and unpredictable. The implications are real, touching economies, security, and the daily lives of people everywhere. This is the story of a new era in global security, one where old certainties are fading and new realities are taking shape. And as the world watches, one thing is clear: this is only just beginning. China's military leap is powered by revolutionary technologies, reshaping the very nature of modern conflict and competition. Hypersonic missiles, traveling over a mile per second and maneuvering unpredictably, can evade current defenses and strike with little warning. These weapons compress decision time for adversaries, making traditional responses nearly impossible and raising the stakes of any confrontation. In cyberspace, China's state-backed hackers target Western governments and infrastructure, aiming to steal secrets and disrupt vital systems. Their operations are relentless, probing for vulnerabilities in everything from power grids to financial networks. The goal: gather intelligence and, if needed, cripple an adversary's power grids or communications in a crisis. Such attacks could paralyze a nation before a single shot is fired. China's nuclear arsenal is also expanding rapidly, now estimated at 600 warheads and growing by 100 each year. This rapid buildup signals a shift in China's strategic ambitions and its desire for greater deterrence. New missile silos, mobile launchers, and submarine capabilities ensure survivability and second strike potential, making China's nuclear forces more resilient and harder to neutralize. In space, China is developing weapons to blind or disable enemy satellites, threatening the information backbone of modern militaries. Disrupting satellites could leave rivals deaf, blind, and unable to coordinate their forces. From hypersonics to hacking, China is building a force designed to dominate every domain of future warfare, integrating advanced technology into every aspect of its military strategy. The pace and scope of this transformation are unprecedented, with new capabilities emerging at a speed that challenges global security norms. The world's military balance is being rewritten as nations scramble to adapt to this new era of technological warfare and shifting power. And the race is on, with the outcome set to shape the future of global security for decades to come. China's new weapons challenge the very foundation of traditional defense. Hypersonic missiles fly low, maneuver unpredictably, and evade radar until it's almost too late to respond. Defending against them is like trying to hit a dodging bullet with another bullet, at 5 times the speed of sound. The US and its allies are scrambling to develop new sensors and interceptors, but they're playing catch-up. In cyberspace, China's hackers bypass firewalls and exploit hidden vulnerabilities, making digital defenses look outdated. The threat isn't just at the gate, it could already be inside, waiting for the right moment. Old models of defense are being outpaced by new realities. The margin for error is shrinking. The world's security assumptions are being upended. The stakes have never been higher. China's no-first-use nuclear policy has long set it apart, promising never to use nuclear weapons first in a conflict. Officially, China's arsenal is for deterrence only. Enough to guarantee devastating retaliation if attacked. But as China rapidly expands its nuclear forces, some question whether this restraint will last. The US notes China's shift toward a launch-on-warning posture, raising the risk of miscalculation. Inside China, some voices now debate whether strict no-first-use is still wise, especially regarding Taiwan. For now, the policy stands, but the world is watching for signs of change. As China's arsenal grows, so do the questions about its intentions. The credibility of no-first-use is under scrutiny. The stakes for global security are enormous. China and Russia have drawn closer, united by opposition to US dominance. Their partnership is visible in joint military exercises, technology transfers, and shared diplomatic stances. Russia has supplied China with advanced weapons and is helping build China's missile early warning system. But this is not a formal alliance. There's no mutual defense pact, and nuclear cooperation remains off-limits. China is more cautious than Russia on nuclear threats, urging restraint even as Moscow rattles its saber. Their cooperation is pragmatic, not unconditional. Each pursues its own interests, even as they challenge the Western order together. China's rapid military surge has US leaders on edge, sparking urgent debates in Washington about how to respond. The scale and speed of China's buildup is unlike anything seen in decades, and it's forcing American officials to rethink long-held assumptions about security in the Pacific. New Chinese weapons are specifically designed to counter America's traditional strengths, threatening US naval and air power in the Pacific. Advanced stealth jets, powerful destroyers, and anti-ship missiles are all part of China's strategy to challenge US dominance in the region. The risk of a conflict over Taiwan is rising, with China aiming to deter or even defeat US intervention. Military maneuvers and patrols near Taiwan have become more frequent, raising tensions and increasing the possibility of a dangerous miscalculation. For the first time, China could strike the US homeland with conventional hypersonic missiles, eroding America's geographic security. These weapons travel at incredible speeds, making them nearly impossible to intercept, and giving China a new way to threaten the US directly. Cyber threats add another layer. China could disrupt US infrastructure, financial systems, or power grids without firing a shot. The digital battlefield is just as critical as the physical one, and attacks could come at any moment, targeting vital American systems. The US now faces a multi-dimensional challenge: unstoppable new weapons and invisible digital attacks that could cripple defenses before a shot is fired. The complexity of this threat is unprecedented. The old sense of security is fading, replaced by a growing awareness of new vulnerabilities. Ordinary Americans are beginning to feel the weight of these global tensions in their daily lives. American strategists worry China might gamble on a quick, decisive war, hoping to win before the US can fully respond. War games and simulations are underway, but the outcome is far from certain. The stakes are global, not just regional. Any conflict would ripple across the world, affecting economies, alliances, and the balance of power. The US must adapt to a new era of competition, investing in advanced technology and new strategies to maintain its edge and protect its interests. The balance of power is shifting. The world is watching, and every move is being analyzed by allies and rivals alike. The clock is ticking, and the decisions made now will shape the future of global security for years to come. Defending against China's new arsenal is a daunting task. Hypersonic missiles evade most radar, requiring a vast new network of space-based sensors and ultra-fast interceptors. Building this defense will take years and billions of dollars. In cyberspace, the battlefield is everywhere. Banks, hospitals, power grids. Attribution is tough. It's hard to strike back when you can't prove who attacked. Cyber defense is a never-ending race, with new vulnerabilities emerging daily. Protecting critical infrastructure demands constant vigilance and public-private cooperation. Offensive cyber capabilities are needed for deterrence but risk dangerous escalation. The line between peace and conflict is increasingly blurred. The world must prepare for threats that are both invisible and unstoppable. The arms race between China and the US is fraught with danger, but war isn't inevitable. Diplomacy is essential. Open communication reduces the risk of miscalculation. Rebuilding and strengthening these channels must be a top priority. New arms control agreements, including on hypersonics and cyber weapons, are urgently needed. Even basic transparency measures can help build trust. The global economy is deeply interconnected. A US-China war would be catastrophic for all. Recognizing shared risks is the first step toward restraint. Through dialogue and cooperation, peace is possible, even in an age of unstoppable weapons.